It was on a storm-heavy evening that Eleanor Ashcombe, widow of the late Thomas Ashcombe, arrived at the ancestral Blackwood Manor. Rain struck the carriage like gravel, and the moors hissed with wind. A solitary structure loomed through the mist, its windows blank with time. The housekeeper, Mrs. Bellamy, a gaunt woman of few words, met Eleanor at the door. Her candle flickered in the wind, casting tall shadows behind her. She did not smile. As Eleanor explored the manor, she came upon a hallway lined with portraits of the dead. At its end, a door, unlike the others, was sealed with thick iron nails. The air here was colder, and her candle flickered blue. Sleep did not come easy. Wind clawed at the windows. Somewhere in the house, a faint sobbing echoed. Eleanor rose to investigate, her nightgown dragging across cold floorboards. There, in the west wing, she saw it. A figure stood behind the fogged glass of the sealed room. Clad in black funeral garb, he wept without motion. And though his face was obscured, the posture was unmistakably Thomas's. The next day, Eleanor searched Thomas's study. Hidden behind a false panel in the fireplace, she found his journal. Its final entries spoke of a door that should never be opened and dreams of drowning in tears. One painting in the hall had changed. The eyes, his eyes, now followed her. She stared back until the candle guttered out. In the darkness, she heard footsteps behind her. That night, Eleanor heard whispers beneath the floorboards, words not meant for the living. She placed her ear to the wood and heard her name, repeated, and then sobbed. Confronting the housekeeper, Eleanor demanded the truth. Mrs. Bellamy's hands trembled. He could not let go of his grief, she whispered. He sealed himself in that room and died of sorrow. The next morning, the nailed door stood ajar. No sound, no footprints, no sign of force, just the cold and the soft scent of lilies, the flowers of morning. Inside, the room was a shrine. Black drapes covered the walls, mirrors were veiled, and on the bed, untouched, lay his suit, now dry with age. Yet the room was damp, as though wept upon. Each night, the weeping grew louder. Eleanor could no longer sleep. She saw him walk the halls, never speaking, always weeping, his footsteps soundless but heavy with grief. One night she awoke to find him at her bedside. He reached for her hand, and in his touch she felt an ocean of sorrow, endless and bottomless. She wept with him until morning. In her journal, Eleanor wrote, "He does not wish to haunt me. He simply wishes not to mourn alone. Perhaps sorrow is a door, and I have stepped through." She was never seen again. Today, Blackwood Manor stands empty, but villagers still speak of the mourner's window. On stormy nights, a man in black can be seen crying behind the glass, and beside him, a woman weeping just as softly.